Hey, what's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast on YouTube. I know I don't do these that often because I don't pick up action figures that much anymore. And a lot of it's the price. Action figures are just not cheap anymore. So I usually wait till I get find them on clearance or something like that for stuff I'm looking for. So one of these I've been sitting on for almost a month now as of filming. The other one just got a couple days ago. So we'll start off with the first one. This is Space Jam: A New Legacy, the Marvin the Martian figure. Marvin the Martian with Starship. Marvin's spaceship. We got this Lola, Bugs, and this LeBron. Look on the back, we got Marvel, we got Bugs, Taz. They made quite a few of these. Excuse me. When I picked this up, the movie had only been out about a week, and this figure's already marked down to like $2 and some change. Open this sumbitch up. Ooh, I got directions. Let's see what my directions have to say. And it just Marvin with the spaceship. Attach Marvin. The Martian's blaster is left or right hand. Attach Marvin by placing his feet on the peg of the spaceship. I got this just as I want a really good Marvin figure. Didn't have one. Let's see. Head moves. It's on a pivot. Waist moves, arms move. That's it. Okay. There's this little gun. Cool looking little figure. Let's see what the ship looks like. I don't know what about the ship, but I'm not see what it looks like. And as far as the movie goes, I have not seen it. I've actually never seen the entire. I've never actually seen the entire first Space Jam. Remember, the channel said it's just a cash grab, fuck it, and I never bothered with it. And I do realize that for a certain group of kids, that film was huge. When did that first one come out? Like 95, 96, somewhere around there? I was, my early 20s when that first one came out. Like I said, I never saw it. It's in pieces. And that's one thing that surprises a lot of people. You ain't seen Space Jam? No. But I have seen Looney Tunes Back in Action. If you go on this channel and look back, I have covered Looney Tunes Back in Action quite a while back. And for some reason, I ain't figured out why. Yeah, that video is very, very popular overseas. Look at him. Come on now, Marvin. Okay, well, there is on his little ship. He'd fly around his little ship. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now these next two, another movie. Well, they're out because there's a movie, and it kind of shocked me because this movie ain't even out yet. And these are already marked now because Marvel Legends are what, about $15, $16 a pop now. Sometimes 20, according to where you get them at. These are at my local Walmart, which usually you don't find decent shit on the clearance side. A couple days ago before filming, for, I want to say it's $7 each. So I grabbed the two they had. This is Xiling from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. See, when her strange brother Shang-Chi suddenly shows up in her life, Xiling must choose between the solitary life she's created for herself or join her brother in the fight against the Ten Rings. Lord's Q-Son, friend. Oh, it's just telling the same thing in multiple languages. Okay, and it comes with parts and build a figure for Mr. Hyde. Tony Stark AI, Civil War, Death Dealers Island, Wen Wu, and Shang-Chi. All I know is they're doing the movie. Shang-Chi, if y'all don't know, back in the 70s at Marvel, they realized that at the time martial arts movies were becoming huge. So like, okay, we're going to create our own martial arts character. And they created a couple of them. They had Shang-Chi, which this is the first time he's really been using anything outside of the comics. You had There's a little sheet of bullshit. You had Iron Fist, who, he got his own little show on Netflix that wasn't good. I tried. Mr. Hyde's torso. Him out there watch. If you need a Mr. Hyde torso, just let me know. I don't need it. Head, shoulders, elbows, wrist. Everybody got to Mr. Roboto. Domo. The hands. That's what I was actually doing the Mr. Roboto hands. Knees. They're fairly highly articulated. How many weapons do we get with this one? We get multiple hands. It's her weapon. There's these hands out of here. Not bad. That's cool. And then my other is I actually got a Shang-Chi. Now he looks different to what I remember from the comic. The comic he wore, typical Asian style. He had the red pants and the headband. They changed up his look a little bit, and I'm wondering how they're going to handle this in the movie because in the comic, he was the son of Fu Manchu. That's one of the reasons why the longest time the comic was never reprinted. Master of Kung Fu. Never reprinted. And as far as like Marvel and other martial arts stuff, I think they had Sons of the Tiger. Which I think was more of a Marvel movie, a Marvel magazine. I think they had one. Huh? I can't get his leg to go on right. That's Mr. Hyde's leg. We got Shang-Chi here. I got a weird feeling this is going to be the first Marvel movie that does not do well. And I know Black Widow didn't do great because, first it came out a couple of years after it was filmed, and, going to theater and being on, Disney Plus at the same time, that hurt it. I got a real feeling that Shang-Chi here just ain't going to do good. The character's not appeared anywhere before this. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, I don't think this is going to do really good. I really don't. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. And there we go. And the other thing I don't understand is why he came with this funky-ass bow staff. When as far as back as I can remember, he always had nunchucks, but who knows? Let's see if the back of the pack. I have to read the back of the pack. Let's see. Trained since childhood by mysterious Ten Rings organization, Shang-Chi must confront the past he thought he left behind when he was drawn back into his father's web. It's not bad. I mean, that's a cool looking figure. And Xiling, and then, Amar the Martian. Then I got, man, that does not want to go on there real good. I got 2 parts of Mr. Hyde. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more parts I need. That's all. I love the Build-A-Figure, but damn, I never want to buy it. It's like, oh man, I don't want to buy every figure in the line. And I've heard people, well, you can look on Amazon or eBay and usually get the pieces you need. Yeah, you can. You can. That's true. But for as much as I have to pay for the pieces I need, I can pretty much buy all the damn figures. Yeah. So, I don't know. Anybody watch, if you need them Mr. Hyde pieces, just leave a message. I'll give you a way to get in touch with me outside of YouTube. Actually, I'll throw it out there in this video. If you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube here, it's asshatpodcast@gmail.com. Just put something in the subject, let me know, hey, I want that Mr. Hyde, and we'll work out a deal. I don't want, let's say, $2 plus shipping. If it's inside the United States, outside the United States, it'll cost you a little more. They bagged up. I'm done. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Remember, if you did, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye bye.